there are a lot of challenges with conventional nuclear technology, particularly in the construction phase and the project delivery phase. And so, what Kairos is really trying to do is look at how can we bring innovation and speed and low cost into the space, particularly through the development, demonstration, and through the early deployment of the first reactors in a fleet. So what we see today, the increasing demand for capacity that's really being driven by the demands from AI and the hyperscalers like Google. It's really kind of creating this pull and this recognition of the value of the steady, reliable capacity that nuclear is really best suited to provide. So for Kairos, we're really trying to go through the process right now to go through development and demonstration and set ourselves up well for scaling to support those needs of those customers. How can we do that? We're doing it with ways of bringing in kind of rapid iteration development, getting experience with real hardware systems to enable that growth, and also taking in a lot of in-house manufacturing. We think that those are really the keys to setting up for bringing down costs and providing cost certainty for the nuclear sector in the future. So one of the challenges for conventional nuclear deployment is the timescales associated with new projects. We've had about 80 years of nuclear power in the United States. We've gone through only 3 generations of technology in that time period. And so getting innovation and scaling has really been a challenge. So when we look at how we can do things differently moving forward, Kairos is taking an approach which is really focused on enabling scaling through in-house capabilities that we're delivering and doing it faster with smaller non-nuclear systems before we move into nuclear demonstration phases. So that opportunity to move quickly sets us up to be able to control a lot of things in our supply chain, in the construction process, which are really distributed to many more parties and in conventional nuclear projects with a lot more capital at risk. So shrinking down the scale of the problem of what we're trying to solve first, kind of the small part of small modular reactors. We're also working on modularization technology. So in addition to making more components and having a lot of vertical integration, we're also developing the capabilities to integrate the components onto skids. Those skids are being fabricated at our facility in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then they can be shipped to Tennessee for the sites of our first reactors or to future sites for reactors in the future. So being able to have that standardization allows for projects to be deployed more quickly at more sites in the future. But we need time for the development of those capabilities. And so for Kairos, being able to work at small scale first, prove everything works and our ability to deliver, and use the cost from that experience to inform what the costs of our commercial plants will be, gives us both the confidence that we can deliver, but also the cost certainty that the customers are really going to need to enable that initial fleet deployment of plants coming up. So the Hermes reactor series, which we plan to build in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, at a former DOE site where they used to do our uranium enrichment, these are key parts of our large-scale iterations and the learning process to work through both the delivery certainty and the cost certainty that's going to be necessary before we move into full-scale commercial reactors. So in Tennessee, we plan to build 3 facilities. The first one is a non-nuclear demonstration. It's really going to be used in the long term as a training and maintenance facility to help make sure that the plants can operate well and we know how to maintain and replace components in the systems. The Hermes 1 plant will not produce power, but it'll be a smaller reactor. We're starting construction of that. We started construction of that last summer, and we're moving into soon into safety-related concrete, which is a major phase of construction on that project. The Hermes 2 reactor, that plant we plan to build next to. The most significant thing about that plant, which we received the construction permit for last fall, it'll be the first advanced reactor producing electricity, and it really kind of demonstrates all the key parts of the architecture in the system. And using the cost information from that plant will build the cost certainty that we need for our future commercial plant that we will deliver soon after. We're really excited about the announcement that we had last fall in October for our partnership with Google. The high-level goals of that agreement are delivering the first power to them, targeting delivery by 2030, and then setting the stage for 500 megawatts of capacity to be delivered to them by 2035. What this partnership really establishes is kind of the pathway through the development and demonstration phase where Kairos is currently focused, and kind of allows us to plan for the transition with a committed customer into that early fleet deployment. And it allows Kairos most significantly to make smart decisions about scaling, what the minimum viable scaling is going to be for our supply chain, for production capabilities, and to make smart investments that we know are justified based on that early order book. In terms of partnership, Google has been tremendous. They've been actively engaged. They understand a lot about our process, which we really appreciate. And we're able to find kind of a customer partner who understands the value of the product that we're trying to deliver, also the challenges that we're trying to overcome, and how we're trying to figure out innovative ways to do this, and also the value that those innovations can bring on the cost side. So building a partnership that understands the benefits for both sides is really, it's a great customer partnership, and we're looking forward to making progress on delivering the capacity to meet their needs. And in terms of Google's overall strategy, Google has been a leader in their 24/7 carbon-free initiative. Kairos fits into a portfolio of energy options. Google in the past has been a strong leader in kind of recognizing the value of new energy technologies to support both their carbon and their 24/7 goals. And Kairos, we view ourselves as fitting into that ecosystem. So there's more than enough demand for capacity, particularly clean capacity now, and it's really inspiring to have customers like Google who see that value and are willing to um, you know, make partnership agreements to foster those technologies and see them come to reality through demonstration and early deployment. So we're thankful for the partnership, and we see ourselves as fitting very naturally within kind of the portfolio of energy solutions, including clean energy and renewable solutions that Google is pursuing. So beyond the demonstration reactors that we're planning for Oak Ridge, Tennessee, we're also looking at exploring different possible locations for future commercial reactors. One of the exciting announcements that we had recently is exploring the potential for siting some of those commercial reactors near Texas A&M, just north of here. So we're excited about that partnership and the selection in that process. The next stages of that will really be looking at the specific details of potential sites, and to work through whether, one, they're appropriate sites for our reactor technology, then also trying to understand the commercial arrangements that are going to be necessary to support those projects. I think it's really exciting and encouraging to see the positive attention for nuclear technology, specifically in Texas. And the state here has been hugely supportive. And that initiative to support the technology and recognition that there's value in being a leader has been really inspiring to see, and we're excited to see where things go in the state here.